Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Roscar W3 Finals. And I welcome you all. I'm Saithan and I'll be serving you all as a caster. We're about to start off with match number 1. It's time for Erangel, and here we go. Flight path initiates from the northwestern regions of shooting range and finishes off to his Miltapa. The flight path is favoring a particular region of Erangel map. The northern and the eastern regions, so northeastern regions of Erangel are being dominated by this flight path. Northeastern region of Erangel is being dominated by this flight path. It will be easy to head towards 7 East, Talba, Kameshki, and Yasnaya, Poliana, but at the same time, it will be tough for teams to head to a Sosnoka military base. Mao Sovereign heading towards Zerki. That's a bit surprise for me because I've seen them accessing Pachinki in the past, so this is a surprise. But Mao Sovereign, according to the flight path, they'll be changing their drop location and they'll be heading towards Zerki. Aero 404, they're heading towards the western Georgiapol city. They will be alone. There's no company for Aero 404, and that's good because they'll be looting pretty peacefully. But the first circle has just initiated, and first circle completely favoring the southern part of Erangel map. So Snow military base is deep inside the circle, and we are heading towards military base finish, ladies and gentlemen. After the formation of this kind of circle, I don't think that we will be coming back to the mainlands. We're heading towards a southern island finish, and this will make this game more and more chaotic. Will teams go for bridge camp? That's the question. Are teams gonna camp the bridge and not allow teams to cross the bridge? Is that we are gonna see from this game? For Team TG, early start for them. They'll be getting an early elimination in this Erangel game, and that's really good. Team Noah, they're down to 2 men. Caveira and Payne is the 2 surviving. And can they tackle right now? Team TEG. Payne has to win this fight. He doesn't have a vest right now. That's a problem here. If he had a vest, he could have had more conviction while fighting Team TEG. But without vest, it will be difficult for him. Oh my god, that pump shotgun will become connecting so well. Payne is out. And Cabrera is the last player surviving, and he's away from Team TEG. It will take them some time to completely close in and then take down Cabrera. By that time, he can collect resources to find this mega force Team TEG and stop them from completely eliminating Team Noah from this game. And Cabrera is running behind. He's running away. He's trying to find himself a underrated position where he can survive for some time. But look at that chaos right now. My goodness, so many teams on the bridge, on the Nova Reptoid bridge. Swag, what a movement that was! But you cannot survive. Oh my god, he made it to the safe area as a Zubi. He has made a mess there. He had an easy chance to take down Swag, but Swag makes it to the safe area. Stony on the other side, by the way, he takes down Sexy OG and Mystic Esports. They are fading fast. They're down to, I guess, 2 players. They're playing with just 3, and they'll be losing 1 early. So now they are just remained with 2 players in this Erangel game. That is so much painful. But Jungli going for the slam in. He wants to take down Zubi. And then Mr. Esports would try to turn this into a 2v2 fight. And Swag with that great burst. Swag knew what Zubi is going to do. And Zubi first tried to take down the player who is providing cover to Jungli before making situation more chaotic for himself and before the pressure rising on him. He attacked Swag, but Swag humbling him. Mystic Esports makes it 2v2. And HUN, Team Hungry, they're down to 2 players, and they don't even have vehicles. But I'm surprised to see so many teams dropping in on the farm strip. And not a lot of teams had the resources to fight, but they still had to force the fight. TG Esports rotating early. Even Team EV Evolution Esports, they'll be rotating early, and they are trying to access Nova Repnoi. They're in the outer skirts, and they might start this fight with Team TEG. That was a close rotation, but Team TEG won't be bothering Team EV, because as of now, Team TEG, they have just 2 players in the outer skirts of Nova Repnoi. 2 of their players are quite separated, and it would have been digging their own grave if they had initiated the fight here with Team Evolution, with just 2 players in this particular area. But I don't think it would have taken them very long to reunite here and then challenge Team Evolution. But TEG has some other things on their mind. They have already secured 3 eliminations and a great start in this Erangel game. And they had no intention of going for early eliminations. I feel like they were forced to fight. And TEG, luckily they'll be getting these 3 eliminations in this starting phase of this Erangel game. And now they just want to get a good position inside the circle. They just want to survive. Getting a good position inside the circle, that is also a strategic win, because the upcoming shifts should favor them, which will stop them from rotating in the crucial stages of this Erangel game. And they are heading towards that big ridge near Nowhere so that will help them a lot to dominate the teams in the nearby areas of Nowhere because the kind of circle has formed right now. There are more probabilities of circle to go for an eastern shift favoring Nowhere and the end circle might take place in the outer skirts of Nowhere. So if that happens, the position right now Team TEG is investing themselves into will help them a lot. EXF Esports, he's the last man standing, and he has 3 opponents in front of his eyes. This fight is happening in Milta, your light reborn. I think they faced a casualty, absolutely. Cyperzino will be giving them a casualty, and Hicks will be taken down with that grenade. And I love the way Eurolite Reborn has fought in this fight, because they didn't know what coming. They didn't know what coming at all. And continuously Hicks was buying time for him. He was avoiding fight, but Eurolite Reborn didn't try to swim against the tide. They just waited. They kept their calm. They kept their cool. They showed patience. And using those utilities and then taking down Hicks and eliminating him out of this game. That was brilliant. If there was some other team instead of Eurolite Reborn, I think they would have just went for those gunfight. Went for that gunfight. They would have went for that gunfight against Hicks, the last player. They would have underestimated him too. But Eurolite Reborn didn't do that. Didn't underestimate their opponent, and they were playing so much cautiously there. And only 2 players took part in that fight. And they were all very much cautious. They kept no room for errors. Star Team, they're into action. Early fight for Star Team against Team 4X. First one. Team first one. They're down to 1 player. Tosca is the last player surviving. He goes for the grenade. And now he's pushing in. He takes down Munessi as he was just surviving in 10 HPs. But it won't be enough. And that's it. First one row, they're eliminated from this game. They're eliminated from the team position. But no way. One United going for the third party right on time. And eliminating a complete lineup. And Team Star, they're out of this game. Star Team gets eliminated on 14th position. This is not the kind of start they were looking for. But they were not aware about the position of One United. But they could have deployed smokes, could have taken more precautions, but since they were not aware about One United's position, maybe they didn't do that because of that. Because they didn't know about their existence. Well, circle moves for a western shift. Team 17, that is Dark Knights, they're deep inside the circle. 4 Hungry Brothers right in the southern part of Sosnovka military base. 4 Hungarian brothers, that is. They're in the southern part of Sosnovka military base. But there's a fight taking place on the farm strip. And it's going to be Team Roscar Prime. They are fighting 404 era. And Team Morris maintaining a split for now. And a late entrance by Voisu. But he regroups with his team. Era 404, they're not able to find any kind of breach here to make. And Team Morris will be getting an early start in this game. The player is now just patiently sitting there inside that compound, not giving any kind of peek and not showing any interest to initiate this fight. Era 404, they're still looking for a breach. They are trying to take the initiative. Madeline, well, he creates a flank angle there and he's trying to attack Team Morris from the front line. 3 of the players on the sidelines, as we can see, and that's a great setup by Team Aero 404. But Team RS, if they're not interested, there's nothing Team Aero 404 they can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. And Voisu, well, he was in danger. Madeline had a chance to take down Voisu there. TEG Lost Boy is out of this game. Team TEG, now they'll be facing a few casualties. And I guess they've given a sign of their vulnerability to their opponents. They are just avoiding fights at this point. I feel like they're avoiding fights. They're not initiating fights even when they had the chance to. And they're just trying to survive. They're just trying to spend time in this game. They want to take this game deep. But I feel like when you get a chance to fight, you should initiate those fights, or the opponents, they're going to press hard on you. And that is what is happening right now with Team TEG. The opponents, they're pressing hard on them. And now Team TEG, they would like to swim against the tide. They went in closer, but they will take the U-turn. And they're heading towards the safe areas, I guess. And again, change in mind of the players of Team TEG. They would like to play passive in this Erangel game. They wouldn't like to hurry up. And I feel like there's a layer of confusion as well. No good communication between the players. They're not able to make a definite decision here. They're not able to figure out what they want to do. All-seeing guys playing with just 3 players. And yes, they will be facing a casualty. They're down to 2 just now. Shade and Chris Z. They're far away from the circle. No, they are very much close to the circle. But lack of loot is the problem right now. Because of that, they're holding themselves out of the circle. Once they have a good loot, they'll start rotating towards the circle. That's what I feel. And ASC, they have to hold a underrated position when nobody can really see them. Because with just 2 players, you cannot challenge a army of players or a team surviving with 4 players, or any team which has more advantage in terms of numbers of players than you. So Team ASC would like to stay on the edge, and rotating along with the blue zone would be a good thing in my opinion. Eurolite Reborn, they're on the bridge areas, and they're trying to gatekeep the circle of Team 1 United. It will be a 3v3 fight, and 1 United might take a taste of their own medicine. What they did to start team might happen to them now. A surprise attack from Eurolite Reborn. But maybe 1 United, they have some information about Eurolite Reborn at this point. They're taking the precautions. They've waited a lot. And they still want to see some conviction there. Then only they'll be rotating. And Marwan taking the initiative and trying to move closer. He's trying to get his eyes. But Eurolite Reborn, they're out of the side of Team 1 United. And Marwan has to completely close in if he wants to get some conviction about the existence of Eurolite Reborn there. And I guess 1 United doesn't have much time here. Maybe they will try to rotate with Marwan giving cover to his teammates. But going to the other side of the bridge, this is now going to be a mistake. And one thing is true. 1 United doesn't know the exact positions of the players. They have a doubt that there is somebody present on the bridge, but they don't really know where the players actually are. So 1 United will wait. They still have 2 minutes. They will wait a bit longer. But look at Marwan. That is brilliant. And Marwan seems like he's always 2 steps ahead of his opponent. But he fell down right in the middle of the bridge. There was a chance for Oopsie and Asta to just make few bullet connections on Marwan and knock him down. But where is Oopsie right now? Did he climb the top of the bridge? Yes, he did. And he is changing his position now. And he's squaring up on Marwan. And he's in an open area. And Oopsie can knock him down. He saw Marwan, but he'll wait. He'll wait. And now he'll go for that spray. And Marwan will be immediately flushed out. So there was a gut feeling. 1 United didn't trust their gut. And Eurolite Reborn will be getting their 4th elimination. Well, a loot truck there. Will Eurolite Reborn burst that loot truck? It'll give them plenty of loot, but not interested for now. Yes, they are interested. Oopsie says, I'd like to check out some loot for myself. Eurolite Reborn. Now they've given evidence of their existence to their opponents as well, so they don't really care about what their opponents think. They would just like to get more loot for them. TG Esports, they've closed in. TG Esports in a close range fight against Team Dark Knight. And immediately after closing in, Mohan gets knocked out. And Dark Knight's controlling this fight. Here goes for the grenade. Won't deal much amount of damage on the players of Dark Knight. Continuous efforts are being made. Mohan gets the revival immediately. And Team Dark Knight didn't press Team TEG too much hard after creating this first opening, after welcoming Team TEG here in Sosnovo military base. They just waiting right now for TEG to make another move, but Ewig gets knocked out, and this is a red flag for Dark Knight Esports as they're down to 2 players now. They should have closed in when they had the chance. Now Jovki is the target. And TEG Esports now forcing Dark Knights to run back, to disengage from this fight. TEG Esports now, they are furious. They're like, you cannot always dominate us. You cannot always press hard on us. It's time for us to dominate now. And I hope they win this fight. But a good setup by Dark Knights there. And there comes in the Molotov. Leo is going to burn himself. YZ is low. And all the 3 players are right now burning because of that Molotov. So that was a good Molotov. And a genius move by Jane. But Leo finds himself a explosive bow. And this explosive bow can turn everything in the favor of Team TEG. They just have to knock down another player, but Jane's still sitting with that Molotov in his hands. Oh, and this time, Jane will burn. But no, that Molotov won't affect him. And he's still in that corner, safe as before. But Dark Knight, they have to keep one thing in mind, that they'll be drawing attention of other teams while fighting here. Circle moves for a centralized shift. And Dark Knights, they're almost at the center of the circle. TT Esports, they'll be taking the initiative. Finally, they closed in. And as I said, Dark Knights will be drawing the attention of other teams towards them. And that is probably Mao Sovereign, who's looking forward to close in. Dark Knights, have they won that fight? Did they eliminate Team TEG? That's the question. Or they have just got one elimination here. TEG is down to just 1 player. That's going to be Leo. And he has that explosive boy. He's continuously dealing damage on his opponent. But Dark Knights, finally they'll eliminate Team TEG on 11th position. We're left with 10 teams on and 28 players. And that is probably Mao Sovereign. Yes, they've closed in, but not fighting Dark Knights. Just keeping up the distance. And letting Dark Knights survive. And they are also surviving in peace. They will also be surviving in peace. Mystic Esports, although, on the other side, with 2 players, they're ready to fight Team RS. 3 eliminations for Mystic Esports. Saw them securing those eliminations against Team Hungary. Right in the initial stages, that fight happened on Farm Strip. And the fights on Farm Strip are usually quite chaotic, I feel like. Because a lot of teams have now started focusing on those small compounds in farm, which are pretty favorable for players because you get a lot of loot there and vehicles as well. I mean, the most amount of vehicle if you can find in the map of Varanga, you'll find it on the farm strip. A lot of compounds there, and each and every player gets his own compound to loot. And if you want to reunite with your teammates, you can do that pretty quickly. So now the meta is changing and teams are prioritizing farm strip. Well, teams have been prioritizing farm strip since a very long time. So that's not that big of a deal. But I feel like the fights there, it's difficult to fight on farm strip because sometimes what happens is you don't get enough amount of loot. And if it's a compound class, then you have to fight with lack of resources. This is the case with most of the compounds. If it's a compound class, then you have to fight with less resources. That's what TG did. And they mauled their opponents when they were in a compound clash against them. Hero 404, they're out of this game. And yeah, they bought a Team Nova Esports immediately after dropping. And Nova Esports was then down to 1 player. And lack of loot was the reason behind their elimination in that fight. Eurolight still on the bridge, but Now they have showed up in Sosnoka military base. They're on the edge. Again, they're keeping up the distance. 4 HP meanwhile. In a close range fight against Team EV. Evolution Coach. Bobby won't get a chance. 4 HP. Suppose keeping the control in their hands. Cobra goes for that grenade. Price. That's Price. Gets knocked out. Fabulous grenade by Cobra. Across the new laws. 21 against Dino, and he fails to make those connections, but he finally knocks him down. It's a 1v2 left. Cobra gets knocked out too. It's a final 1v1 left. Will he be able to pull off a clutch here? Frosty Newlaws reloads the UMP-45. He has a low ground disadvantage. Switches onto that Scarlet, but it won't be enough. And that's it. 4 HP gains back the control. But that was a close score. Their heartbeat was on the 7th sky. Because just one last player was alive there. And Sabito won't fail to save his teammates as well. Dino gets that revival. Cobra gets that revival. And this could have been a huge humiliation for 4 HP. Getting clutched by a player. Prostinulos almost pulled off a miracle there. It's stage 5. Just 6 teams and 12 players are now alive. But all the teams have hard to cover. And I feel like Team RS has the most amount of probabilities of winning this game. But I was talking about as all the teams have hard to cover right now. So it will take teams some time to initiate the fight. And maybe it will need the circle to move towards the open areas, the rural areas. And only the fights will happen at a speedy pace. Now Soren. I wonder how they are keeping up their patience and playing so much passively in this game. Because most of the times, Mouse Soren, they are just playing for eliminations. Cobra gets knocked out. Dino, he's the last player surviving. Sabito is out of this game too. 4 HP. Dino. Well, he's indulged in a fight against Dino of Eurolite. And that's Eurolite Reborn. And Dino is just quietly sitting inside the shack. 4 HP Dino, he moves out of the compound. Step into the circle, but that was a close call. But he finds himself safe for RSV Sports welcoming him and Sosnoka military base. Fortune supposed to brave. Team RS, they will be favored by the circle. Roscar Prime. And they should not throw this winner-winner chicken dinner. They should convert this game into a winner-winner chicken dinner. Because they have all the infinity stones to do that. They have the circular advantage. All the other teams, they don't have Nimbus advantage as Roscar Prime has. Dino is right in front of Stony, and Stony probably felt the presence of Dino. He saw that buggy and he's taking all the precautions. Maybe he saw Dino rotating. Dino camouflaging himself behind that small cement structure. And he knows that Dino is going to rotate. Dino goes for that spray, and some sharp connections will be made by Dino there. So Eurolite Reborn, they're eliminated from this game on 5th position. We're left with 4 teams and 8 players. Mao Soren, they'll be heading towards the southeast of military base. BCG Pro is almost got there in blue zone. Pyros makes some connections there on BCG Pro, and he gets knocked out because of the blue zone. So Mao Soren, I feel like they lost an opportunity here to get another elimination for them. Because BCG Pro, he was comparatively an easy target there. But Mao Soren, they couldn't execute, and now they're trapped and open. Tyros somehow, he makes it to the safe area. Stony is lying right next to him. Where is he looking at? And he is moving away from Team Mao Soren as well. And there's Dino right behind him. Stony will, with just one grenade, he will eliminate Mao Soren, I guess. Well, he took down Payne. The last player is still hanging in, and Stony doesn't have any clue about that. He's moving to his Dino to stab him in his back. And I would like to see this 1v1. Because Dino doesn't know what's happening behind him. Because Stony is just snaking in. Dino cannot hear no footsteps there. So if Dino takes down Stony with a reflex, that will be savage. Stony, maybe he believes his grenades more than he believes his bullets. But Dino felt the presence of Stony. And now he has seen him too. Dino saw the pixels of Stony, so it's just a matter of time. When Dino has 5 grenades, what is he waiting for? Stony goes for the grenade. Dino barely survives. And now Dino, he pulls a grenade. Stony is so much low, but maybe Stony's grenade will put an end to Dino. Oh, that won't happen. Even the blue zone is bothering Stony, so he has to now step out in the open world, in the open areas. But I guess Stony, he won't give his frag to Dino. Stony's team gets eliminated on 4th position. 3 teams, 4 players. Hyros just sitting inside that smoke. And Dino using all his utilities to get another frag. Salute to Dino, the way he has survived and made it to the top 3 when it was not really possible and he was just about to get eliminated. 4HB Dino showing resilience. And 4HB Esports, they've got good amount of eliminations in this game. 9 now. Kairos will be finished out by Lays. Now it's a 1v2 left for 4HB Dino. And RS Esports doesn't know his exact position. That is the problem. They don't know where Dino is hiding. And Dino knocks down double Lays. Oh my goodness! So much unlucky 4HB Dino was there. He stood up and went to a different spot and laid there. But that grenade right on that spot. And 4HB Dino gets cooked. Wait a minute, second for RS Prime, and that's the end of match number 1. It was a wrangle. We'll be taking a short break now, and we will be back with Miramar. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Roscar W3 Final, and it's time to go into the map of Miramar. And here we are. The flight path initiates from the northwestern part of Mar and finishes off towards Campo Militar. Favoring the central part of Erangel map, it will be difficult to hit towards northwest and the southeast. But I feel like teams are going to focus on the center of Miramar, because there are a lot of probabilities of the first circle to favor the center of Miramar, and if the first circle is associated with the flight path, that will help teams a lot. For HP Esports, as they got hashtag 2 in the last game, they have higher probabilities of getting eliminated in the initial stages of this Miramar game, so they have to be a bit careful. They're heading towards Chumasera, and that is Team RS who got a winner chicken. And in the last game, they are dropping in the outer skirts of Chumasera. Since RS Esports, they don't like to fight in the early stages of the game, so I feel like they will just keep the distance. For HP Esports doesn't need to worry, but this game is filled with uncertainty, so you never know. The top two teams from the last game might start off fighting in the early stages of this Miramar game. That can happen, surely. Aero 404, they showed up here in Miramar. Along with them, it's going to be Eurolight Reborn, who is in Miramar. And Alpha Esports too, in Picado. Will be here in Picado, by the way. Eurolight Reborn. They are here in Picado. Sorry for saying Miramar there. Alpha Esports will be losing a player masters out of this game, so Alpha Esports with a miserable start, but they can still now wait and let Team Aero 404 challenge Team Eurolight Reborn, and then they can go for that third party. There's no hurry to retaliate now. You can take the revenge. You'll get plenty of opportunities to take the revenge, but now is not the time. Eurolight Reborn again starting off early and starting off well, just like the last game. And I love the way how Eurolight Reborn played in the last game, especially having numbers disadvantage, playing with just 3 players, but not hesitating to fight. Everything was just perfect. Error with that Uzi. Well, that was Asta who will be knocking down Georgia. And Alpha Esports, they're continuously making mistakes now. I feel like they're forcing themselves to get eliminated from this game. The way they are playing, the way they are making mistakes, nobody can save them. Georgia gets eliminated. Oopsie finishes Georgia. And down to 2 players now, Alpha Esports is. I was talking about Alpha Esports letting Team Aero 404 baffle Team Eurolight Reborn and then them going for the third party. But before that only, I feel like now Alpha Esports will get eliminated from this game, and then Eurolight Reborn will switch their focus on to Aero 404. Aero 404 they're just relaxing there in that stadium. They're just minding their own business. They're just looting. Nothing else they're doing right now. They're just keeping an eye on Eurolight Reborn so that if they get an opportunity, they will try to go for the breach. But I was talking about Team RS keeping up the distance and avoiding fight with Team 4HP Esports, but that didn't happen. And both these teams have now started a fight. And I guess 4HP faced a casualty. Cobra was about to get knocked out. That was a close call. Jangu is knocked out. Casualty won't be faced by 4HP, but they are quite close to face a casualty. And this is dangerous for them, because you need to maintain consistency. And 4HP Esports got hashtag 2 in the last game, and if they get eliminated early, all their hard work which they did in the last game is going to go in vain, and that's what they don't want. But 4HP Esports has an incredible gun power, so we can expect from them that they will retaliate on Team RS. The first circle is favoring the western part of Miramar map, and they're right at the center. So even if they disengage from this fight, they will still have a good position inside the circle, and that is a win for them. But RS Esports, I guess they got to know that they are facing 4HP Esports right now, and they want to eliminate. They deliberately want to eliminate 4HP Esports so that they can increase their lead on points table, and that has happened. Jangu, he gets knocked out. Seiko gets knocked out, by the way, so retaliation coming in from 4HP Esports. And Seiko, maybe he won't be saved as he's so much low, but nobody taking all the risk in this world and saving his teammate out there on the small rock. 4HP Esports doesn't even have much vehicles to create angles at this point, but W Lays made a mistake. There was no need to peek, and he gets knocked out. And pressure is rising on Team RS. And one thing is true, that W Lays, he will get that revolver, but unnecessary pressure Team RS is pulling out on themselves. Mouse Sovereign, they are into a fight. 2 teams have been eliminated, by the way, from this game. All Seeing Eyes and 1 United. Mouse Sovereign eliminating All Seeing Eyes on 18th position. Your Light Reborn, they're in Picado. And this is a chaotic situation because they're stuck between 2 teams. Asta is in a 1v1 fight. The opponent getting so much cautiousness there. Checking out on every inch. Asta continuously finding angles, but clouded. Cloudiu knocks down Asta. And now this is a problem for Your Light Reborn as they're losing players and they're losing this fight too. And Arrow 404, they're prepared for everything. Keeping a player on the sidelines. The amount of cautiousness they are maintaining, especially. They're alert, not ready to make any mistakes. And yes, Arrow 404, they wouldn't like to leave any room for errors because they've already made a miserable start of this W3 Finals by failing miserably in Erangel. So at this point, mistakes will pull them down. And Eurolight Reborn, they got a chance to bounce back. Now they're surviving with 3 players and it's still possible to win a 3v4 fight. It's not impossible, but now Alpha Esports has a golden opportunity as Eurolight Reborn, they are focusing on Aero 404 is right underneath them. Alpha Esports, if they do a third party from a range, then maybe they can take revenge from Eurolight Reborn. But Error with just that UZ, it's not enough, but with that Pixel P, he makes a connection. Cloudy got knocked out, but all alone was there, Error, and he will be taken down by Tripex and Aero 404. They win that fight without losing a player, so that was a clean sweep. Eurolight Reborn gets eliminated. Oh, wow! Now Ryuga with that burst. How about that, Kosho? Now Kosho's on his knees. Aero 404, they're going to end this thing soon. Kosho is so much away from his teammate, Daiki. It's going to be game over for him, but Daiki's position is not revealed yet. It is revealed! Edelin switches onto that star rail. Daiki takes him down, but it was not enough to take down Ryuga. So that's it. Alpha Esports gets eliminated on 16th position. And one of their elimination got stolen, I guess. One of their elimination got stolen. Eurolight Reborn. Even they got eliminated by Aero 404, but Alpha Esports stole that frag, and maybe Alpha Esports got eliminated with 1 elimination in their hands. So yeah, that's a good thing that they didn't get eliminated empty-handed. For HB Esports and RS, both these teams have made peace, I guess. But there is no peace now, because RS has already given a casualty to 4HB Esports. And that is something which they cannot forget. And because of Team RS, now 4HB Esports' pace of this game has slowed down. But Aero 404 with a surprise. EXF Esports shows up out of nowhere. And EXF Esports, they've entered Picado? Since how long were they here? You gotta be kidding me. Did they rotate or they naturally dropped here in Picado? I have to calculate everything, the eliminations of the players and teams who are present in Picado. But I guess they entered Picado now, that is Team EXF. Did they get a confirmation? Aero 404, did they face a casualty? That's the question. Yeah, but they have faced a casualty, so they're down to 3 players. And now this is a problem. A surprise from Team EXF. And after doing everything right, still Aero 404, they'll be losing something. This time it will be a player. Sabito with reality detective Cobra. He's caught there. Sexy Yoji gets knocked out. That's a brilliant cover by Sabito. Mystic Esports, they are fading fast. Mystic Esports is down to 2 players. They cannot do anything about it. Cobra will get enough time to heal himself completely, and that will be a good reset for 4HB. And in this game as well, is Mystic Esports playing with just 3 players? No, they are playing with 4 players, and Dino puts in the final nail in the coffin. Jungli is out, and Mystic Esports again getting eliminated early. And the same problem with Mystic Esports. Mystic Esports is a good team, and I've seen them performing very well in the past. But I don't know what has happened. This whole month or two hasn't been that great for them. In the last 30 to 35 days, Mystic Esports has made so many errors. I mean, they've hit their downfall, and now they are not able to rise back from it. 30 to 35 days ago, Mystic Esports was such a good team. They were performing so well, and they were continuously winning and finishing at the top of the table. But now, I guess Mystic Esports, something is wrong, and they're searching themselves. They're looking for positivity, and they're not getting it. First one. Very smartly, this team captured the higher advantage now, higher ground advantage here in Miramar, and this could be the turning point of this game. First one, getting such a big height advantage. And if the end circle favors this particular area, they're going to bother each and every team present in the nearby area. Uh-oh! Now, Peta didn't know about first one. He knocks down a player of Team RS. But before getting that frag, he got flushed out. No, he gets that frag, I guess. Torpeda is out of this game. Team GG. Again with the ugly start. No, he didn't get that frag. He knocked out Seiko of Team RS. And Seiko gets that revival. So before getting that frag, he got knocked out. Torpeda. And he will be sent back to the lobby. So Team GG, now they have immense amounts of numbers disadvantage in this game. If any team attacks them for a close range fight with 4 players, they will immediately submit. That psychological factor of having numbers disadvantage will create so much pressure on them that eventually it will be difficult for them to convert that fight into a win. Big Baby Esports, 3 eliminations. Troyes will be the only man who will be contributing in terms of elimination, and carrying his team in the initial stages of this Miramar game. And this should change. And Big Baby Esports, all the other players now should start getting eliminations for the team. But now it's time to take a halt. It's time to slow down the pace of the game. Second circle only, this is. So Big Baby Esports just needs to survive, take a chill pill. And in the future, they'll be getting enough opportunities to get frags for them. Get more elimination points. The last game for Team Hungary was great because they faced 2 casualties, I guess, in the initial stages, but then BCG Pro and Stony completely going for that survival game and pulling off a #4 from Erangel, where they could have got eliminated right in the initial stages. Here as well, the same kind of start for Team Team Hungary. Again facing a casualty and losing Zubi first. And now they have to pull off the same thing which they have done in the last Erangel game. They have to survive now. One good thing that Tiger is still with them and he is not eliminated. So with 3 players now, Team Hungary will try to survive till the very end of this game. But they're trying to capture that huge hill, and this is a good investment. I hope they get returns on it. Third circle has just initiated, and circle moves for a northern shift. So climbing this hill now is going to change everything. Climbing this hill is going to change the fortune of Team Hungary. I can smell it. The circle is completely favoring them. That will be a good decision. They will be getting returns on that investment too. English gets knocked out. Noah Esports didn't get a chance in the last game to show their potential and their true colors. They've got a great start here in Miramar. Team Hungary, Tiger gets knocked out. And maybe he fell down, I guess. And from the low grounds, Mao Soren challenging Team Hungary. This grenade fell right in the middle. PCG Pro has 2 grenades. Why is he wasting time behind those pre-fires? Oh my god, he gets knocked out. Stony, all eyes on him. And Kairos stops Stony. And that's the end. Team Hungary gets eliminated on 13th position. Team Noah's Bane is the final ray of hope for this team. And in this game as well, the same kind of thing for Team Noah. Losing players in the early stages. And now it's gonna be Bubbin. And he gets knocked out. Noah Payne spamming that S12K. Bubbin is on his knees. But before flushing out Bubbin, Exo will take care of Payne and Noah Esports. They are eliminated on 12th position. 7 elims for Big Baby Esports. And I was talking about the fractured change that Stroys has hard to carry his team in the initial stages. And yes, Big Baby Esports, they've heard me. And all the other players now contributing in terms of eliminations. So great job done by Team Big Baby Esports. Bubbin might get a bit more desperate. I feel like he will get desperate to contribute eliminations, which is good. But then he should be able to control himself, because out of desperation there are chances that you might make mistake, and that's what Bubbin should avoid for now. And maybe that's the reason why he got knocked out. But his teammates had his back. Aero 404 now losing Claudio. Rotational clashes. Aero 404 needs to understand they cannot lose their players in every fight. They won't have numbers advantage in the end stages of this game. Madeline gets knocked out. TEG Esports backstabs Aero 404, and that's surely a surprise for Madeline. And again, I would say this is a mistake that you're stopping in open areas and there's a compound right behind you. You need to scout that compound first, and then you need to attack your opponents. Doesn't matter how much easy opportunity you have to take down your opponent. You have to take precautions first. And now Aero 404, with 7 eliminations in the early stages, they won't be able to convert this game into a winner-winner chicken dinner. And maybe, I guess, they won't be able to make it to the top 8 too, because just Tripex surviving far away from the circle, rotating at a critical stage, and with a monster truck, all these factors are going against the survival of Team Aero 404, and that is a problem right now. Circle moves for a sudden shift. Team RS gets their second elimination. So much slowly Team RS is playing. They just try to get elimination in the end stages. In the initial stages, they absolutely do nothing. They just grab the circle. And in this game as well, they've been lucky. In this game, they've been lucky because the first circle completely favored them. There was no anticipation or prediction behind the circle. The circle favored them. And they were lucky in this game. And they just kept on holding their position, and they fought when they were forced to fight. And that's how they got 2 eliminations. So this thing might affect them because they don't have a huge lead on the points table. And till the very last game, the battle will be on if RS Esports keeps on getting winner-winner chicken dinners with bare minimum eliminations. Till the very last game, they won't be relaxed. And they will have to keep on trying hard. And this gives their opponents an opportunity, because if in the next game, if RS Esports fails, then 4HP Esports, who's on #2 on points table, they can overtake them. Any team can overtake them. And there are teams in this lobby who will go just absolutely nuts in Rondo. Even Mouse Sovereign, they love Rondo. And I've seen them in the past going absolutely crazy in Rondo and getting dozen of eliminations or 2 dozen eliminations in Rondo, and even a winner chicken dinner too. So there is still a threat for Team RS to lose their #1. Any team might cast them by their necks. Our Sovereign are down to 2 players now, with 7 elims for them in this game. That should be appreciated. Our Sovereign, they've looked better as compared to the last game. Kairos and Pain, dual surviving, by the way. 10 teams, 25 players. Pain gets knocked out. It's going to be Lost Boy of Team TEG. Now the TEG, they have to move, and Lost Boy is going to get cooked here. Either he'll get knocked out by Kairos, or he's going to get knocked out because of the blue zone. Lost Boy, he will be flushed out. He got knocked out because of the blue, but he gave his frag to his opponent instead of giving up there, and Kairos takes advantage of the situation. Blue zone is gonna maul Team TEG. Kairos eventually will buy time for himself to revive his teammate. Now Shorin being favored by luck. It was good for them that they were inside the circle and not Team TEG. But Kairos get ready for this close range 1v1. Why is he getting out of the vehicle? And Kairos finishes him too. And Kairos pulls off a clutch against Team TEG. Single-handedly eliminates Team TEG on 8th position. That is crazy. And I'll take my words back now. Aero 404's Drypex has done a great job here. It takes his team to the top 7, and now they'll be getting placement points as well, but not enough amount of placement points, just 1 for now. If he makes it to the top 6, then he'll be getting 2. The higher he goes, the more amount of elimination, the more amount of placement points he gets. Any chance to get more elimination points too by doing third parties on teams. But for HB Esports now, they'll be gatekeeping the circle of Team RS. And this is a situation where Team RS is forced into a fight. If they had a chance to choose between fighting and surviving, they surely would have chosen surviving, I feel like. And they could have not chose to fight. But here, since they have to make it to the circle, they have to take down 4HB and then they have to move, because this is the only compound present inside the circle with hard covers, and they cannot trust the open areas and the ridges, because that's not the play style of Team RS. 4HB Esports letting Team RS take the initiative of the fight, just waiting. And Waco gets knocked out, Seiko gets knocked out, but Sabito gets knocked out by Seiko. Nobody with the sharp reflex. And Cobra doesn't make a mistake there. He uses the cover wisely. Lay is quite low there. Lays gets knocked out too. Voice last player surviving. Blue Zone is going against Team RS, and they're going to get eliminated at this point. Voice will be taken down. He had a chance to not give his elimination to his opponents, but he still did that. He tried to fight and easily got taken down. And these extra elimination points which they've given to Team 4HB is gonna pinch them later on the points table when things will get crucial. When things will get intense on points table, this is gonna bother them. Because they had a chance to choose to give their elimination to Blue Zone. But they instead chose to give it to Team 4HB. Evolution, 0 elimination till now. So all the points they have, they fetched it out of survival. 4 points of survival for Team Evolution. Frosty Nulis, he went for this grenade. This fight is for the edge of the circle. The 4HBs was, they're out of the circle right now. And nobody is keeping an eye on Team 4HB Esports. They will just sneak into the circle. Tripex, I mean, hats off to him. Tripex takes his team to the top 4. And he is just surviving. He hasn't fought anybody yet. But he makes it to the circle as well. So you never know now. Tripex might pull off a winner chicken dinner as well, since he's present inside the circle and all the other teams, they're fighting in a corner. Isolated. And he's just watching this fight from a range. Savito Cobra, both of them knocked out. TVL. Just a few seconds he got to take down his opponent, and he delivers well. Frosty Nulis should have created a hell of an impact with that P90. And that was Bobby who got knocked out within a fraction of seconds. Oh my goodness. And now Frosty Nulis, he'll be seeing his end too. Bryce gets flushed out because of that Molotov. That's the end. Dino versus Drypex, by the way. A 1v1 fight. 4HB Esports fighting for their existence. But Dino is looking at Team 3. That is first one. He's looking at Team first one row. And Drypex takes advantage of the situation. But he will be stabbed in his back. Drypex is out. And Aero 404 getting themselves #3 in this Miramar game. But 4HB Esports, they are cursed. Again, now they're going to get #2. Dino just gives his elimination to Blue Zone, which is a good move, a smart move. instead of giving a free frag to his opponents, he'll be saving. That's it. Winner winner chicken dinner for first one row in a convincing fashion with 9 elims. That's a good way to bounce back on the points table after the error they made in Erangel. We'll be right back after a short break with match number 3. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are heading towards Rondo, and there's going to be a lot of bloodshed happening here. New York's factory is favored by the flight path, so teams are going to head towards New York's factory. Yulin is quite far away, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on players, especially in New York's factory, because there are going to be a lot of teams jumping there in New York's factory. And it will be difficult for players to get eliminations peacefully, because there will be no head-to-head fights. There will be bullets coming your way from each and every direction. So players need to be very much cautious. Players needs to be alert. That's the only way you can outperform your opponents in New York's factory. But I'm surprised how Star Team is heading towards the south of Jardana City. Why are they doing that? All the four players, they're heading towards the south part of Jardana City and not towards New York's factory. I mean, two players could have stayed on record and two players could have fought in New York's factory. That could have been better. But I guess Team Star, they're dropping isolated so that they can get good amount of loot and then peacefully they can fight one player at a time or one team at a time and not putting themselves into a chaotic situation like these teams. JG Lonely gets the first blood. Cabrera is out of this game. Noah Esports again with a miserable start, and it's just Huntsman there all alone. And Payne is dropping on a recall beacon. Before even landing now, he has felt the urge to bring back his teammate into the game. OHB Esports from a range, they'll be dominating Team Alpha. And Jiangsu now he's required to close in so that he can get that confirmation as well. But 4HB Esports with a positive start at this recall phase. Two back-to-back hashtag 2s for them. They're definitely maintaining a good position on points table. And I guess they're on the hashtag run after the last game. They'll be overtaking Team RS because they had decent amount of eliminations in the last game in the map of Miramar. Waisu misses. And Eurolight reborns. Oopsie will get that revival. Wow, that was a close call. Waisu could have got that frag if he hadn't missed. But just one bullet connection will be missing, and Eurolight reborn bouncing back from that miserable state. They're one man up. EX goes to the pixel B, and he gets taken down. It's one United attacking him. Look at Roloito where he's hiding. He's sitting in that corner and not fighting. That is surprising for me. How is he sitting in that corner? Maybe he's AFK. But he won't be participating in a fight. He won't be participating in fights. Eurolight Reborn doing a great job. Just two players in the firing zone, getting 3 eliminations. And staying on the edge, not completely moving into New York's factory or going at the center. Master spotting Sabito there, but he didn't get enough time to deal that spray on his opponent Sabito. And at the same time, having an AKM iron sight. I mean, you can make connections accurately on your opponent. It all works. But obviously, a better angle or better opportunity was required there. GG Lonely just sitting in the corner. He's stuck between two teams at a time. It's RS on one side and Eurolight Reborn on the other side. Waisu gets knocked out. Lonely. Did he sense Waisu's knocked down there? If he has, then he can move ahead and flush him out and steal the frag of Eurolight Reborn. But Lonely takes down Asta. And even Oopsie is low. And Oopsie, he rolls against Lonely and he takes him down. And Team DG gets eliminated from this game. Wow. He moved behind the back of Lonely. And DG so they'll be facing elimination. But Eurolight Europe, they won't be surviving for a very long time. Oopsie is out. Asta is out. Just 5 eliminations in the record phase, which is a pretty decent number in my opinion, because there's 2 players who were participating in the record phase in the fight. So yeah, 5 eliminations, that's a really good number. In Team RS, credit goes to Lonely. If he wasn't he wasn't present there, then maybe RSE Spurs would have lost this record phase pretty easily. They should thank Lonely that he sacrificed himself for the sake of Team RS. That's not true. Lonely was seeking profit for himself, and he failed to do that. The first connections on Asta were great, but then against Oopsie, it was completely different. Just Oopsie rolling around Lonely and catching him from his back. That movement was weird, and Lonely couldn't aim well on Oopsie. You're like Europe. Getting another elimination by that. That wasn't enough. And two of the players of Team RS in Lo Hua Xing. So the regrouping won't be that great. It will be better if Team RS preserve their recall and directly move towards the circle, because after recalling they'll be moving away from the circle. And then they'll have to travel more. A lot of teams heading towards the northern edge. So recalling in Lo Hua Xing will be dangerous because a lot of team will be rotating from the nearby areas. By the way, 4HB Esports, they're still present here in Neox Factory. Not hurrying for eliminations. 4HB Esports just waiting. But nobody stabs Sabito from the back. Sabito is on his knees. Jangu, all pressure on him. Can he turn the tide? Can he save his teammate? Oh no. Even Jangu gets knocked out, so 4HB Esports' recall phase is now over. These are all temporary eliminations, we all know that. Star Team, are they searching for their opponents? Yes, definitely they're searching for opponents, but they haven't found any till now. And they must be regretting by the fact that they didn't head to his New York's factory. They dropped in a isolated drop location. All the 4 players in a separated drop location. On a separated drop location they dropped, and there was no enemy there. So late start for Star Team, and now they are being desperate for elimination. Venom will be traced down by Bobbin, and he will be pushed out immediately. So Team Star, only Vanessa is left to fight. 2 players still staying on the record. 2 players fighting. Duels been contained by Team Star. Even Fates is fighting. Whole Star Team is fighting right now. And I feel like they haven't utilized their records properly. Squash gets caught in open. Gets knocked out. He almost stopped in cover, but Vanessa ruining everything for him. Star Esports, they're retaliating. Can they capitalize from here? Happy and Faze as the duo surviving, and they're fighting King and Overload. There are third-party sponsors. All-seeing guys. They're in the nearby areas. And by the way, the first position is being dominated by Team 4HB. They're having the first spot on the points table. Maybe Team RS, they're on hashtag 2 or hashtag 3 after the last game. All the people watching right now, it's a humble request to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We're left with 17 teams and 56 players, and now it's time for stage 2. It moves for Southwestern shift. Aero 404, they're far away from the circle, and they're trying to move pretty quickly. They will find teams on their way to the circle, maybe Dark Knight, or maybe Nova Esports, but it's just Huntman. Yes, it's just Huntman left for Nova Esports, and he's looking for a recall Bacon. Aero 404 can find him out here in wide open area. And Huntsman might get eliminated, and even Nova Esports too. So consecutive 3 blunders made by Nova Esports. Seems like, because in Erangel and Miramar as well, Nova Esports got eliminated in the early stages of the game. RS Esports, one thing is good, that the northern regions of the circles are circle is completely vacant. So RS Esports can go for an easy rotation into the circle. And I was talking about Area 404. They might need Team Dark Knight. It's going to be first one row. We'll be seeing Huntsman in open. You know why Esports gets eliminated on 17th position. Another elimination for first one row. And they're moving away from the circle right now. I'm surprised why they are doing that. Dark Knight versus 0404. We were talking about how this fight might start. 0404, while they move towards the circle, they might meet Dark Knight Esports. This fight hasn't started officially with Madeline is behind Jane and Huey. Oh! Dark Knight Esports and 0404 in close proximity. Tripex gets knocked out. Huey gets knocked out too. That's tit for tat. Both the teams losing 1-1 player. But now, Dark Knight Esports losing 2 of their players. Will be flushed out. Cloudy, that was a close call. He was about to get knocked out. That was a great spray by Shofke. He wasn't able to connect the final bullet in Aero 404 with a brilliant retaliation. They'll be putting down 2 players of Team Dark Knight, and they haven't faced a casualty yet. Dark Knight Esports hasn't flushed out Tripex, so maybe he will get that revival. Claudio is trying his very best to deploy the smokes and revive him. Hewick, at this point, he can just provide information to his teammates. There's nothing else he can do about it. He has to bear this loss. Dark Knight Esports, even they have to bear this loss now. And after this revival is executed, he's prioritizing the slamming on Team Dark Knight Esports. The 2 players remaining, Ken and Joke. Slyman will straight away go on them. Aero 404 trying to regroup, but Claudio gets knocked out. As soon as he starts his journey towards Aero 404, other players towards Dark Knight Esports, he gets knocked out. But Dark End jumped down and he gets knocked out. Madeline, he will be flushed out immediately. Shofke, the final player. Dark Knight Esports in first one row. They're in the outer skirt, so truly I guess first one row as well will go for the third party. And Shofke gets eliminated because of the blue zone. But first one row can eliminate these 2 big teams. Now Dark Knight Esports are already eliminated from this game. And it's time to eliminate Team Aero 404. And this is a perfect strategy to grab a top position on the points table. Aero 404, they're trying to sneak out. But first one row, they're going to chase them. And the vehicle collapses too. Oh my god. Roscar with just 1 spray, punishing Team Aero 404 for the mistake they've made. Aero 404, after such a brilliant performance in the last game, they'll be getting eliminated on 14th position. 4HB versus Team Star. Road Circle is about to initiate, and again Team RS with a spectacular prediction of the circle. They will be inside the circle, but they just have the edge. They are not deep inside the circle, and that was quite expected. But this is more than they expected, I guess, being on the edge of the circle and not being far away from the circle. Yeah, this is definitely more than they expected, more than they wanted. Dino, I can create a difference in this fight. This is a crucial fight. From 4HB's perspective, they need to win this at any cost. And just because 4HB has no winner chicken dinner till now, still a close call on the points table. But they can make a difference if they get a bit of a chicken dinner in this Rondo game. But for that, they have to win this fight first. But Fades! That was a great presence of mind. Fades knocking down a player of Team Big Baby. That was Bobbin, I guess. But even Fades being overwhelmed and getting finished out. Happy and Monesi is the duo surviving. Star Esports now. They will be overshadowed here. 4HB Esports, they will fight. Team Big Baby Esports, maybe Bobbin got that revival. Thanks, you as well. 4HB Esports losing a player, and situation is getting out of their control, so maybe they'll try to sneak out of this position and they will head towards the safe zone. Absolutely, they're doing it. But Big Baby Esports, are they trying to chase down 4HB? I don't think so. Big Baby Esports can shift their focus onto Star Team. But Star Team is just hiding inside that wooden shack, not revealing their position. That's the reason why it's difficult for Big Baby Esports to get an idea about the existence of Star Team, who is hiding inside that wooden property. And now they've started moving. Big Baby Esports, seems like they're chasing 4HP Esports, and they just want to eliminate Team 4HP, not any other team. Just 4HP they would like to eliminate. Look at Eurolight Reborn. They're giving their everything to make a good position on points table. 13 eliminations. They still have 31 competitors in front of their eyes. What if they turn these 13 eliminations into 20 or 24 eliminations and a winner chicken dinner? Then straight away, through the stronger performance, they will make it to #1. Tiger is out. Oopsie finishing chemo of first one. And now this is a problem for Team First One Draw. They are just surviving with 2 players. And Tosca, that was a close call. Could have got knocked out because of that flare cover. His own flare cover. Could have knocked himself out. Star Team losing themselves to Blue Zone. Blue Zone swallows Star Team and they're eliminated on 10th position. So now we're left with 9 teams and 24 players. Team RS predicting the circle so well, and even now they are present inside the circle, but just a low-key survival by Team RS, not drawing everybody's attention towards them. They don't have any greed of eliminations. They have the greed of survival points and not elimination points. Alpha Esports is Stacky burns out. Master, he's the final player. He's himself. Alade, he will be taken down as he was the final player surviving. But that grenade of Marwan finishing Alpha Kosho, and One United shows up. And Master, even he is exposed. No, not for now. Taki and Master cannot even move, because if they move, One United will get to know about their position. One United stepping down, stepping behind. Master exposes himself, takes down Marwan. That was a good aim shift. Master gets knocked out. Lord knocks him down in trade. Marwan needs a revival. The Blue Zone showing up. And One United would like to take all their players towards the circle. 4HB Esports versus Team RS. 2 big teams, tabletop teams clashing in. 4HB Esports losing a player. And whenever RS, they are forced to get into a fight in the end stages, it seems like they're invincible. It's so much difficult for their opponents to stop them. Double A's kept starting open. Dino with a miserable spray. Could have knocked out Double A's. He couldn't do that. So Dino now stepping down. Trying to hide. It was a close call. Dino was about to get finished out. Team RS now, they're going to search for Dino. And they're going to put him to sleep. GVL will be taken down. Eurolight Reborn. This team is unstoppable. Just playing with 3 players. They don't even need their 4th player to be in this game. Master knocks down Avram. And One United, they're stuck behind that one rock. Seiko steals the frag of Eurolight Reborn. Steals the frag of Eurolight Reborn. It's difficult to pronounce their name, goddammit. My tongue is slipping. It's like a tongue twister. Eurolight Reborn. Alright. Their frags are being stolen there by Team RS. Marvin gets knocked down. And this is like a checkmate situation. One United cannot step out and open. Eurolight Reborn has pinned them down. And this is like giving freebies to your opponents. And Lord will be spotted by Asta. It will be an easy flush. Lord is out. 18th elimination for Eurolight. Dino needs to hide himself behind those drums. He has less ammo. He has less ammo. And he cannot do much for now. All he can do is to survive. Asta makes it to the edge of the circle. E17 still hanging in, the last player of One United, but he's just low-key surviving. Dino will be taken down by nobody. so Team RS will be taking the revenge and they'll be eliminating 4 HP. And RS Esports might reclaim the hashtag 1. They'll be getting enough amount of eliminations here in the end stages. They have 10 and still 4 competitors in front of them. So they might turn this into 15 as well. But Eurolite Europe, Eurolite Reborn, they're down to 1 player. Dansko gets eliminated because of the blue. Asta makes it to the safe area. And Asta is the player who has contributed the least amount of eliminations for Eurolite Reborn. But that's absolutely fine. It's now time to shine bright like a diamond and become a hero for his team. Getting a winner chicken dinner from this scenario. It looks tough, but Asta can make it happen. Asta doesn't need to reveal himself to his opponent. Let RS fight with one united, and then just go for that final blow. Just go for that winner chicken dinner instead of going for elims. Asta trying to spot E17. Anything works out now, even an elimination point. And a hashtag 2 works out. Morris force Asta, and he's panicking there as he has a very small area to survive. And Laser's grenade is gonna graze Asta with its presence, and it will be game over maybe, but no! Asta barely survives the damage of the grenade. 70. He has no angle over Asta, so Asta can surely survive there. E17 needs to knock down a player of Team RS. It should be nobody, but it won't happen. So Eurolite Reborn, they'll be getting hashtag 2 in this game. Total amount of 23 points. Picks up peak. Nobody gets knocked down. And I guess Asta is going to pull off a miracle. We cannot count out Asta out of contention. Double A's. Seikyo closes in. Asta with that well-cooked grenade. May be able to knock down a player. That won't happen. Switches on to another one. Asta has plenty of grenades right now. Seikyo is so much low. And Asta pulls another one. And it's still possible. It is not impossible. And this grenade might knock down Seikyo. He pops in that first hit right on time. And Asta needs to start right from the beginning. Goes for another one. Now Laze is low. And Asta spams that S12K, but it won't be enough. And Laze puts Asta to sleep. RS Roscar Prime gets their second winner chicken dinner of the day. This time with 13 elims. That means 23 points out of this game. Great performance by Team RS. Eurolite Reborn. 18 elims for them. And that's it. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back with match number 4. Till then, hit the like button. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Roscar W3 Final, and it's time for the one last battle. It's time for your angle, and here we go. Flight path initiates from shooting range, finishes off to his Nova Repnoi. Team RS, they need to play cautiously in this last game because if it all goes well, they will become the champions. But if something goes wrong, they're going to lose it. Eurolight Reborn, they made a fabulous comeback after the last game because they got 23 points, 17 elims, 18 elims, and hashtag 2, so it makes it 24 points. I'm sorry. 24 points they secured from the last game. And Eurolight Reborn in this game as well, they have to be cautious. But I have to check how many players do they have in their team in this game. Are they playing with 4 players? Yep. In this game, they will have all their 4 players alive. So Eurolight Reborn, definitely they'll be having advantage. One United, they'll be heading towards Rozok, Aero 404, they're in school apartments. RS, they'll be heading towards Severny. First one, Row, they're in Yasnaya, Poliana, and there's no team there, so it will be an easy loot, and then the rotation will be more easy for them. And farm strip again, a lot of teams dropping in on the farm strip. It's Team GG, it's gonna be Team Mystic Esports as well. All Seeing Eyes, they've headed towards Milta. One of the players of All Seeing Eyes is knocked out. It's going to be Dansko. All Seeing Eyes, they're in the bottom of the table. They're on 19th position on the points table. So in this last game, they have a lot to win and nothing to lose. They just have to save their respect by performing well in this last game. Because again, if they get eliminated early, then it's going to be a big humiliation for them. Because in these 4 games, they've done absolutely nothing. In 4 games, they have done nothing for them. So they need to save their respect. And a new player will be showing up for Team TEG. By the way, YG is knocked out. And All Seeing Eyes, they're hoping that they flush him out. YG wants the revival desperately, but All Seeing Eyes, they're watching him pretty closely. And now there are 2 players deployed just to take care of YG's, so that he doesn't sneak out of there. Leo, yes, he will revive YG's. Not even a question, that is. And does AAC has any grenade here? Let's see what he has, any grenade. Chris, way back. Shade goes for that spray. And Chris is probably trying to surround TEG from those sideline angles. Shade gets knocked out. And I think TEG is going to start crossing the road and attack Team ASE and completely eliminate them from this game. Team Dark Knight versus Team 4HB. 4HB is supposed to need to keep one thing in mind, that they are at the top of the table and one bad game would mess up everything for them. Because in this game as well, they're in contention. Rondo wasn't that great for them, but they still had decent amount of elimination, so they will be fetching out points from Rondo. But RS Esports, they've grabbed the hashtag 1 again and they've increased their lead. And 4HB Esports, if they want that hashtag 1, they have to do something big in this last Erangel game. That's the only way they will be able to defeat Team RS. Mystic Esports will become the first team to get eliminated from this game. Mystic Esports will be getting eliminated early. They're eliminated on 16th position, and as I said, they will become the first team to get eliminated from this game. But Team Hungary, they'll show up for the third party. And Team GG, playing with 4 players, so it's a 4v4 head-to-head fight. That's an easy reset for Team Hungary, but those grenades, like ballistic missiles, exploding right on target. Stoney is out, and one of the players of Team Hungary is knocked out too. It's Dubé. Tiger shows up. He shows up a bit late, and he gets mauled by Team GG. Tiger is so much low and restricted on that shack. By the way, BCG Pro, he is way behind. So Zubi, it's very difficult for Team Hungary to save him. But Team DG, how are they going to get out of that compound and go after BCG Pro and Tiger? It will be difficult for them. Do they have vehicles? Yes, they do. And they are going to attack BCG Pro now. The vehicle tracing needs to be on point. Oh no! BCG Pro tried his very best. But Team DG on their way to this compound, they'll be connecting some incredible shots on BCG Pro, and he is so much low. And he gets knocked out. Tiger, then he closes in, and he's the final ray of hope, but won't be able to do anything. Won't be able to change anything. And that's the end. Team Hungary gets eliminated on 15th position. They'll become the second team to get eliminated from this game. Team TG is getting a hard fight in Milta. And now, Lost Boy gets knocked out. Team TG is a high potential team, but they have not impressed us with their gameplay. TG hasn't performed that well throughout Roscar W3 Finals. In the last game as well, Team TEG had an ugly recall phase, and even in the afterlife, TEG couldn't get anything for them. Couldn't fetch out aura, couldn't fetch out eliminations, couldn't fetch out points. Just the early eliminations, just the same kind of result in every single game for Team TEG. And now, this is the last game of Roscar W3 Finals. High expectations from TEG. 4HB, they're losing players. And Jangu was the last player surviving, but Big Baby Esports had other things on their mind. And look at Overlade winning that fight by the Barrister Martins. 4HB Esports losing that fight by the Barrister Martins, and they are eliminated in 14th position. And the closest threat has been eliminated now. Team RS can be relaxed because the #2 team has been eliminated. If Eurolight Reborn is also eliminated from this game, then definitely Team RS, they're winning. But even first when they're in contention, so first one row needs to be stopped too in the early stages. Error 404, by the way, they're fighting in the outer skirts of Pachinki. Eurolight Europe, definitely they will be hearing those gunshots, and they're getting themselves ready for the third party initiative. One United getting themselves a knock from a range. E17 moves in closer to flush out Tripex, and that will be an easy task for One United, I guess. And Tripex is very much separated from his teammates. Maybe he was scouting for Aero 404, and that didn't really work. Meeting two teams at one time. Well, he met just one team at this point. But gradually, Eurolight Reborn, they are moving in closer. TEG gets a good reset, but YG doesn't know about logic, and YZ has a threat of getting eliminated. If he steps out in open areas, then definitely Logic will take care of him and eliminate him. Chrissy. That's a unique name. I don't even know how to read it. Well, Chrissy versus the unique named guy of Team TEG, one of the players of TEG. Dark Knight Esports will be showing up too. YZ gets knocked out. I was talking about this. That YZ can give TEG a casualty, and that happened. Chris. Now in the standard situation. Lost Boy taking down Chris. Now Logic is the final player surviving. At least All Seeing Guys won't get eliminated empty-handed. They have one elimination. And All Seeing Eyes, they need to figure out now, because the 4 games, they had same results. They are at the bottom of the table. If this continues, then it will just be painful for them. And they will just keep on becoming easy eliminations for their opponents. Easy targets for their opponents. Like bonus points. And that should not happen, because that's humiliating for any team. Well, Arrow has been trapped. Arrow inside that garage, he's so much low. And Team Alpha Esports catching a play of Eurolight Reborn off guard. Arrow pops in that first hit on time, but Gorga knocking down Error and Eurolight Reborn. Facing their first casualty, Asta and Dino. No, that was Error and Dino who went away to get vehicles for the team. They were thinking in the favor of team, but Eurolight Reborn getting caught off guard by Team Alpha, and Dino didn't stop there, which is a good decision. Even Dino could have been taken down. Even Dino would have been taken down by Team Alpha Esports if he had stopped there. Since he didn't, he'll be seeing his teammates, and Eurolight Europe just surviving here now in Pachinki, because Pachinki is right at the center of the circle. But Eurolight Europe is a kind of team, if they don't play aggressive, I feel like it will affect their potential, it will affect their gameplay and their results. There are some teams, if they don't play aggressively, it completely affects their overall performance. And that has happened with Team Eurolight Reborn. They didn't play aggressively in this game, and they faced a casualty. They're down to 3 players. So being submissive I feel like turns out to be difficult for them. Being submissive creates pressure on their mind, and when they don't take the initiative, they become submissive and then they lose the fights. That's the problem with Eurolite Reborn. So maybe playing their natural game in this final game as well would be profitable for them. Although Arrow got eliminated by after contributing one elimination, so he won't be getting eliminated empty-handed, or his elimination won't be going in vain. He fought like a warrior, contributed one elimination. But what I'm talking about is Eurolite Europe needs to play their natural game if they want to become the champions of Roscar W3 Finals. If they want to win it, they have to play aggressively, their natural game. That is important for them. Team TG, they're still fighting Team ASE. Now one last fight was left, and that will be won by TEG. And ASE gets eliminated on 10th position. Logic was the final player. One thing is good that he didn't run away from fight. He fought, and he got eliminated. And ASE gets eliminated on 10th position. We're left with 9 teams and 25 players. Eurolite Europe still not playing aggressively, just staying inside Pachinki, staying inside hard compounds, hard cover, and they're protecting themselves. And maybe they'll get charged up when they will make it to the top 5, when there will be just 15 to 20 opponents left. Then maybe Eurolite Europe will try to get their hands on each and every opponent, and that's how they will cover up the elimination points task. But Team RS, they have a huge lead on points table. So just with few elimination points and placement points, it won't really work out for Eurolite Europe. 2 winner-winner chicken dinners, it creates a huge difference on points table. And even in Miramar, when Team RS didn't get a winner-winner chicken dinner, they made it to the top 8. So in that game as well, they got placement points and good elimination points as well. So in that match as well, Team RS, they got average points and they had a good position on points table. And between them and 4HP, there was not a good difference. There was not a big difference, but just a small difference. 4HP was maintaining #1 by the barest of margins. That was the reality. So Eurolite Europe, if they are playing to win Roscar W3 Finals, then they have to burn this lobby down. They have to try at least to get their hands on eliminations, because now just 21 competitors left and this lobby is just so much dirty and aggressive. Players are just absolutely going nuts, and these teams will fight among themselves. All these teams, they're gonna fight amongst themselves, and Eurolite Reborn won't be left with a lot of opportunities to get a lot of eliminations. So if they don't start now, then I don't think they will get a chance later on. And this will turn out to be difficult for them. This will turn against them. By the way, Big Baby Esports, they found a new target, and that is Team TEG. And Big Baby Esports, even they are in the same list, teams who have a lot to win and nothing to lose. So Big Baby Esports, with no pressure in their minds, they are just open-heartedly gonna participate in these fights. So TG Esports, they've invited Big Baby Esports. And maybe now players are just gonna try their luck to get a knock. Overlade. Slow there. TG Esports will be getting themselves a good damage. But TEG is not really exposing their pixels, maybe. King is trying to catch TEG by their backs. Oh. And now I guess it can be done. King gets his hands on a guy of Team TEG. Lost Boy is the final player surviving, and even he is low. So Bubban and King and Overlade, all these 3 players now push hard into that compound and press Team TEG inside those barn houses. Overlade goes with that Molotov, but before that, King will end Team TEG, and they're eliminated on 8th position. And this is actually me. I have short-term remembering loss. Overlade, he used that Molotov, and he himself forgot that he has used a Molotov. He just going into the fire to collect loot. Just getting into fire, getting into trouble to get himself a good amount of loot. Aero 404, are they out of this game? I feel like they are eliminated. So we are just left with 6 teams and 19 players. And now, is this a moment where we'll see Eurolite Reborn getting charged up and fighting teams? By the way, first one, they're into a fight. Eurolite Reborn, they're just sitting in Pachinki and they're just relaxing. They are just playing for that winner chicken dinner. Have they seen the points table? Have they made any kind of analysis? Because the kind of lead Team RS has right now, just taking winner chicken dinner is not really going to help them out. Maybe they are playing for hashtag 2. Maybe they are playing for 20 dollars and not 30. Elio gets knocked out. That's a 1v2. A 1v1. Emo, he knocked out a player. That won't be enough. He will be put to sleep. Final 1v1 is left. Retrox shows up a bit late. First one, Retrox, he's the final guy surviving for his team. And Big Baby Esports, they still have 2 of the players alive. So it's a 1v2 scenario. As Ovalade shows up, King gets that revival. And this is going to be an ultimate challenge for Retrox. Mate was right on point. Dealing immense damage to his opponents. But again, won't be able to knock him down. But Retrox this time gets cooked by that grenade of King. Big Baby Esports eliminates another team. And constantly Big Baby Esports getting more and more eliminations for them. "14 eliminations for Big Baby Esports. Just tearing apart the lobby. One United? Why are they playing passive? I don't understand. One United doesn't get the privilege to play passive. They should go aggressive in this last game. Because One United, I mean, they were good in Rondo. They got good eliminations, but still, they got hashtag 3, I guess. Yeah. So maybe 20 points they secured from Rondo, but that doesn't change anything. And now One United, they're going after Team RS. They're trying to target the hashtag 1 team. They're trying to take down a mammoth. And Lays humbles Avaram. Marwan gets knocked out too. One United will be welcomed into that compound by Team RS. And they were ready for the slamming. And now there's 2 players remaining. E17 as well gets knocked down. So Lord, he will be reviving Avaram. He'll be turning this into a 2v3 fight. But Lays, he gets knocked out by Avaram. Lord gets knocked out. Lord gets mauled. Avaram with that S12K heading to his nobody. And nobody makes a mistake as he gets knocked out. But Voice saving his team. And he was the final player surviving for Team RS. That was a close call. Any team going for a slam in would fetch out a huge amount of profit for them. And it's going to be Eurolite Reborn, who is ready to take down the mammoth, Team RS. And it's just a 3v1 fight. But by that time, Voisu will buy enough time for himself to revive his teammate. But this grenade is going to ruin everything for Team RS. I guess Eurolite Europe, they will let Voisu revive his teammate Seiko so that they can get extra elimination points here. They'll need to eliminate 2 players now and not 1. And Voisu is so much low and he gets knocked out. Seiko now the final player surviving. That grenade is not really going to bother him as he's inside that panic room. And Oopsie now moves into that property and he had no clue about Seiko. And Seiko just not finishes. Oopsie there. Asta humbles Seiko. Team RS is out. They're eliminated on 4th position. Ovalade gets a surprise. Dino does a great job. Big Baby Esports underestimating Eurolite Reborn. They thought that Eurolite Reborn is not paying attention, but they are aware. King moves in, takes down Asta. Just final player remaining now for Eurolite Reborn. It's gonna be Dino. Big Baby Esports. Where were they hiding this kind of stuff till now? They should have shown this aggression before. They should have shown this much talent before. They surely could have been hashtag 1. But Dino is running out of that compound. Just few connections need to be made. Oh my god! Now would you believe that? Big Baby King through those branches of trees. He'll be making those final connections, and Dino will be taking down elimination for Eurolight Reborn. Wow. He made connection through those tree branches, and that is unbelievable. He was not even able to see the vehicle, but just anticipation and experience will be helping him out. And based on that, he predicted where the vehicle would be, and he connected. Brilliant, that is. Brilliant piece of work by King. Jane, final player surviving. Dark Knight Esports getting themselves hashtag 2. Eat 5-star, do nothing. Jane just survived in this game, just hard survival. And now Jane is just trying to get one player down so that he can convert. Jane is a female player maybe, so she can convert it into a 1v1. The Big Baby Esports, they're trying to search Jane, but Jane is just moving around, wandering. Big Baby Esports, they won't get to know that Jane is watching them closely. They are just trying to search for Jane. But what is Jane? I don't understand. What is Jane doing? This is just waste of time. Jane has already got a hashtag 2. The best thing would be grenade yourself, Jane. Don't even give your elimination to your opponents. And what is Dark Knight Esports going to achieve after winning this game? That's my question. Jane is trying hard so much. No other team has tried hard this much in this game. I wish Aris would have tried it this much hard. Like Jane. Then they easily would have been able to win this game. But Jane is just sitting in that corner, healing herself, making us wait longer. Dark Knight Esports, they tried their very best to perform, but they fell short. Now Big Baby Esports, seems like they know where Jane is, but Jane is moving towards this circle. And is this a hide and seek? This is not hide and seek, Jane. This is Battlegrounds. This is PUBG. And Jane is just trying to hide. Jane is trying to surprise us all with a 1v2 against Big Baby Esports. And maybe now Big Baby Esports will be able to spot Jane. Still, they won't be able to. But Jane makes fine connections. And pretty easily, Jane will be taken down. Even though she made some fine connections on the buggy. But that was not enough. And it is all over. Big Baby Esports gets a winner chicken dinner in the final game with 17 elims. Should have done this before. Deep regret for Team Big Baby Esports that they hid this stuff in the first 3 games. Well, it's all fine. Big Baby Esports learned a lesson in Roscar W3 Finals, and from the next time, Big Baby Esports will play aggressively right from the first game. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Saito signing off. Bye bye, good night. Take care.